Hey guys, Stephanie with AmericanMuscle.com, and this is my review and an install of the MMD V-Series side exit catback that comes with a new set of rocker panels fitting your 2015 and up GT Mustang. We're going to be talking about a few different things with this exhaust today, but mainly we'll talk about the sound of the catback and the install. The install for this is easy. It's a 1 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter, even though there is something a little bit different with this catback, but I'll get more into that later. The V-Series catback from MMD is going to be for the S550 GT owners out there that are looking for something different and outside of the box. It's going to be for someone looking for a loud and deep tone with a soft hint of raspiness to it, for someone that's looking for something visually different. This is a perfect option for the guys that are looking for something aggressive and loud. This catback is going to eliminate the factory resonator and replace it with a resonator delete X pipe that leads down to high flow straight through Flowmaster mufflers. And this setup is going to give a sound that I consider to be one of the louder options, as you guys already heard from the sound clips. So basically what's happening here is that MMD took their knack for different styling and worked with Flowmaster to create a catback that is both visual style and a great sound. We talk about sound first and style second. Like I mentioned earlier, this catback is going to eliminate the restrictive factory resonator and replace it with an X pipe. Now, an X pipe typically makes for a louder system that'll produce more power later in the RPM band than an H pipe would. X pipes are generally raspier as well, and they force the exhaust to cross streams to even out flow. And I'd say that this system has muffled raspiness to it. It isn't obnoxiously raspy because the mufflers calm it down some. Removing this resonator is going to have a bunch of performance benefits. You're looking at sound and power improvements and even some weight benefits, since the simple X here is going to weigh less than the factory resonator, and that's just a nice little bonus that you get from swapping over to an aftermarket system like this one. The catback is going to keep the 2.5-inch diameter, and you're also looking at a full stainless steel manual bent catback with this system, with black coated side exit stainless steel tips. As always, the main component of a catback is going to be the mufflers. They're the heart of the system, and they play a large role in both the sound and performance benefits. In this case, we're looking at a set of high-flow, straight-through Flowmaster mufflers that give a powerful and aggressive sound from the catback. There's a touch of raspiness to this system, but I think it does a good job of balancing volume and raspiness to create a sound that's flattering to the GT. The first impression that I got from this catback is that it has a deep and loud sound. At idle, you can hear the catback is deeper than the factory exhaust, and as you start climbing the RPMs, I don't think the deepness of the tone goes away. It definitely reminds me of a muscle car tone, but what's nice is that it keeps the loudness without getting distorted like a lot of other systems tend to do. I don't hear any sound distortion with this catback, which I thought I might considering the X pipe and the louder volume level. I'd place this catback towards the top of the pack when it comes to volume. It's not a quiet catback by any means, it's actually on the louder side in my opinion. Call it a solid 4 on the loudness meter, with 1 being very quiet and 5 being the loudest out there. If you're not looking for something this aggressive, then there are a ton of other catback options on the site that you can check out. If we want to talk about the styling some, you can see right here that this is a different setup. The catback starts out normally with your X pipe that's 2.5 inch, so it'll bolt up to your factory system. Then after the mufflers, it's gonna turn and exit out of the side right before the rear tire and after the door. Now, because this is a side exit exhaust, you're gonna need some new side skirts to work with this. MMD has you covered though, and includes side skirts that are gonna go over top of your factory side skirts. MMD calls these side skirts OEM quality, and I'd have to agree with that after seeing them here and seeing them installed on the GT. These do look OEM. They're made from ABS and they're an unpainted black. Now, you can paint these if you really want to, but ABS doesn't usually tend to paint the best, and like I said, they do look OEM, so it's not like you have to paint them in my opinion to make them look good. And one other thing that MMD does for you here is they include some block-off plates for you. Since your exhaust won't be exiting through the rear anymore, you're gonna have cutouts in your stock valence that would be empty, which would just look weird. So the block-off plates cover those cutouts. You'd be surprised at how much of a difference this makes styling-wise, and I'm happy to see MMD thinking of everything here and giving you guys a complete kit. When it comes to price, I was honestly surprised, but surprised in a good way. We all know that catbacks for the S550 are damn expensive, especially for a high-end stainless steel system. And with this catback coming with the extras of the hardware for the install and the side skirts and the block-off plates, I thought it was going to be even more expensive. You can expect to pay close to the $1,300 mark for this catback, which isn't the most expensive catback out there. With the sound, the materials, and the extras you're getting here, I'd say that this is a good deal. As far as the install goes, even though this is a little bit of a different setup, you're going to be looking at an easy 1 out of 3 wrenches on the scale when we look at difficulty. All that you're really going to need is a socket set, a drill, since there is some small drilling, and a lift would certainly make things easier, but the job can be done on jack stands as well. You're going to be removing the exhaust from the resonator back, so an extra set of hands can make things easier for you here. You can start by removing your rear hangers since you won't be needing those anymore anyway. Then you're going to remove the exhaust from the resonator back, and once that's off, you're going to need to adjust your side skirts. Your mud flaps will come off, and because the new side skirts install with 3M tape, you're going to want to make sure that your factory side skirts are really clean so you can get a good surface for the tape to bond to. Once the surface is ready, you can install your new side skirts. Next, you'll need to remove your rear wheels so you can get to your inner wheel well. The edge of the MMD side skirt and the factory side skirt will need to be lined up so you can drill a small hole and clip the two together. After that's done, you just have your catback to install. You can piece the system together on the car if you want to, so you start with your X-pipe and then your mufflers. Once you get to the tailpipes, you need to install the hanger mounts onto the hangers. These tailpipes are going to hang from the rear subframe, which isn't a bad thing, but I will say that this causes the system to be close to the ground and a little low hanging, so just know to be careful with ground clearance. Once you have the system pieced together and all lined up, you can tighten everything down and you're good to go. Overall, the MMD V-Series side exit catback is a catback that offers both sound and appearance improvements. This is a loud and aggressive catback, and it's going to replace the factory resonator with an X-pipe that'll ultimately drop some weight and open up both exhaust flow and power. The catback features high flow straight through mufflers that produce a good amount of volume and sound without being overbearing. As always, you can check this catback out online some more for yourself. And for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.